What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 325 for the week of February 4th, 2024. The title of this week's episode is Let the 2024 HCS Season Begin. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire. This week I'm joined by the man in the old school rocker hoodie, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you doing on this Wednesday evening?
Doing all right, man. Hanging in there with this cold, like I said before. The show started. It's been a roller coaster. Yeah, I feel great 1 minute and shit the next. So right now, doing good, and hopefully it lasts the show. But we'll see where it takes me.
All right, that's all you can ever ask.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm sorry for the fuck ups with the show just a minute ago. Audacity was just being a bitch. But just, give it the good old shut it down, bring it back up, and it's good to go. Literally as simple as that. Technology, ladies and gentlemen.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
That's literally what I did, and it literally worked. So I think we are good to go. Therefore, hold up one fucking second. Real quick, PD with the 8-month resub, Barnaby Jones with the 14-month resub, and it's Watsy with not only the 5 gifted subs, but also becoming our brand new GOAT tier patron. Shout out to you, Watsy. I saw that come in today. Thank you very much for...
That's awesome.
Yes, thank you very much for being a GOAT over on the patron. And that means I have some moves to give out. So, woo! Right? 7? I got it. I fucking got it. So yeah, Watsy, thank you so fucking much, man. Not only for the GOAT tier, but also the 5 gifted. That's fucking insane. Hope you enjoy the perks. Now that I know what your Twitch handle is, I can give you the VIP status on Twitch as well. So that works out perfectly. Thank you very much, making it easy for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for doing that, Josh. I tried to do it from my laptop, and it wasn't loading anybody's... I couldn't find anybody on Twitch. So I don't know what was going on with that, but it seems like you've got it, and appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Okay. CB Taylor, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. And then also, Danny, thank you for the couple biddies as well. Appreciate that. So let's see here. Will, do you want to know what's coming up on this week's episode of the show?
Yeah.
Cool. Glad you do. So here we go.
The question is, do the people at home want to know?
Yeah, do you guys at home want to know what's coming up on this week's episode of the show? Verb, welcome back. Absent, welcome back. Good to see you guys. G-Nod, I'm not going to try to pronounce your name the entire way because I have no idea how to say it, but hey, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Now you guys are good. We can just close it up. We can just close up shop and head on home. I mean, we're already home, but, fuck it. All right, here we go. On this week's episode of the show, we have the ranked issue has been found, but don't get your hopes up for a reset. Rostermania continues into the first week of the 2024 HCS season. Griffball tournaments return, and our topic of the Week 1 HCS Open Series results. So without further ado, Will, let's get into some competitive news. The ranked issue has been found, but not fixed. This is my Halo support. The Halo Infinite team has discovered the root cause of the issues impacting the ranked multiplayer experience, and they are working on a fix. Stay tuned for more information on this fix next week. Okay? Next week. And from Tashi, in a reply to an individual on Twitter, here is what he said. Yeah, based on what we're seeing with where players are placing and progressing, how much time has passed since a reset, and then where we're projecting players could be after the fix, we're not sure resetting everyone is the best solution. We're still working on the fix and discussing, so it's not a shut door, but not the option we're looking at right now. So I had a good feeling this was going to be the case, Will, where if they didn't figure it out within 24 to 48 hours and implement a fix, that they're not going to do a reset. We talked last week about reaching, everything equalizing and whatnot. And while there still are some fucky matches that are happening for sure, a lot of people are already ranked at this point, and a lot of people are trying to climb up those ranks, so on and so forth. I never saw, like I said, unless a fix was found and implemented within 24 to 48 hours after the update released, I never saw a reset happening. So, what are your thoughts, though?
Yeah, I don't think they would have reset the ranks either. I think they're just going to get some whatever fix in that they need to get in, and then people will eventually get to where they need to be.
Yeah. So I don't know. So Tashi says that it's not a shut door on that option, but it's not the option they're looking at right now. So I'm wondering what other options there are. Like, because clearly they're going to have to fix the issue of like the dramatic differences in skill levels playing with and against each other. And so like, obviously that should be fixed next week or whatever, whenever this update comes out. But are they going to do anything? Are they going to provide anything for what had happened? Like for everybody that was affected. And right now, I can't think of anything that would happen. Like I can't think of anything that the players could receive. You know what I mean? Because you can't just like, and I'm not saying they're going to do this, but they can't just come out and be like, oh, because you were meant to be like placed plat 5, for example, but instead you were placed gold 4. We're not just gonna now, like, and let's say you've completed your placements, you placed gold 4, you like the game thinks you should already be plat 5, and you've grinded up to plat 5, right? The game, like, sure. I wouldn't imagine them to come out and be like, oh, here's 2 extra ranks for you to get you in diamond. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, so the main thing we're seeing is that you do have high ranks with low ranks right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you just boost everybody up, that will continue to happen.
Right.
And that's why there is no real like boost or fallback that they could do unless they reset ranks.
Right.
But I just don't see that happening.
I don't see it either.
What it sounds like from Tashi's tweet is that I mean, it's right in front of me. After the amount of time that players have been in that rank with season 5, yeah, that the reset's going to mess things up again anyway. Right. So at this point, it's like bracket off what they need to bracket off for who can play with who, mm-hmm, and why these players are matching, fix that, and then the ranks will sort themselves out over time.
Yeah, this is why I'm confused. Obviously, we all want it fixed, right? Also, Dayquil, I see you're here. Welcome back. Good to see you. Hearts, welcome back. Good to see you as well. That's the thing, is that we're so far past when relatively speaking here, guys, relatively speaking, we're so far past when the update released. So like, what could they do besides just like, if they're not going to do a reset, what could they do besides just fix the issue? You know what I mean? Like, I don't see them doing anything other than fixing the root cause of the issue so that doesn't happen again. And then everybody and then them just saying, keep grinding. Like, it'll equalize everything out eventually.
And Dayquil's bringing up, the plus and minuses for CSR right now are kind of broken too.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Tashi, I believe, I didn't include this real quick. Well, I'm sorry. I did not include this. I forgot to, but I believe he did say that that's also being looked into. Like, that's also part of the issues that are being looked into.
Right. And I'm wondering if when the ranks get more spread out in the way that they were before, if the plus minuses will help out a bit, because it is very frustrating. Like, just earlier today, I had a game where I went super positive, felt like a good team win, 4-0 on Recharge King of the Hill.
Yeah.
And I think I got +8.
Yep.
And then I have another game where I went like 15-15. My teammates never got above 6 kills each with double-digit deaths. I did everything I could, and I get like -12. It's like
the loss.
In the loss, yeah. I'm doing everything I can out there, and it's just those teammates are ranked plat 4 and 5.
Yep.
But they just didn't hold their own in that lobby. And then another thing is too, I got that much negative with a diamond 1 and 2 on the other team.
Yeah.
it just didn't make sense to me why the swing was so large.
Things definitely appear fucky. Minty Fresh, want to give you a shout. It says, heck yeah, finally catching you guys. Much love from Australia. Much love to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And hope you enjoy the show. Got a lot to talk about. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Papito, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. It says things are indeed fucky. They are. Minty Fresh may have just dropped something that we may be talking about. He says, also just watching Ryan Noob and the Complexity Boys saying my fellow Aussie brother Barcode has been picked up by Native. So, Cardinal, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. So you know what? I don't want to necessarily say anything right now.
Has there been anything official? I'm going to the third monitor here to Twitter.
Yeah, I don't think anything has been called official yet. So for those who are new here, who have never seen our show before, one of the things that we dedicate ourselves to is not reporting on something until something's been officially posted. I will say that we do have information and we get information, but like I said, we don't report on things until things are official, because with Halo Esports specifically, things can change, and things can change very, very, very quickly. So we don't want to be out here throwing out information that is true for 5 minutes and then ends up not being true 5 minutes later from then. Do you know what I'm talking about? But yeah. Why do I remind you of Bob Saget tonight? Because I have a haircut? Is that what happened? Do you guys notice I'm not wearing a fucking hat tonight because I got a haircut? If I'm wearing a hat, it's because my hair is uncontrollable. And like, I typically go, this is going to be just fucking dumb information, but I honest to God, I don't get haircuts as frequently as other guys do. Like I typically go, this might be an over exaggeration, but I don't think it is. I typically go 6 months without a haircut. Like I just let it grow, and it gets curly. It's crazy. I always wear a hat, and that's that. But my wife, I was literally telling Will before we started recording the show, because he said, "Oh, you got a haircut?" I'm like, "Yeah." The only reason why I got one is because my wife made an appointment for me. Because my daughter was getting a haircut anyway, and since my daughter was getting one, she decided to make an appointment for me as well. And I was like, "All right, fuck it, fine. I know I need one. Like I know I needed one, but we're here." Shoal Enough says, I mean, you do curse and rant like Bob Saget. That's true. That's true. Rest in peace, Bob Saget. Minty Fresh says, either way, shame about Neptune. I'm not going to say shame about Neptune if what we heard is true. You got to fucking want it, man. You got to fucking want it, and you got to not waste other people's time. Benjamin, I love you, man. Cheers to you, dude. Okay. Back to the stuff though. We'll talk about Rostermania in a minute. We'll talk about Rostermania in a minute. We have a couple more things we got to talk about for news and competitive news, and then we'll get into Rostermania and we'll talk about some things. Like I said though, we're not going to talk about other items that have not been made public yet, because like I said, I will say this right now, and I'll repeat the same statement. And Will, this isn't saying anything, but like I'll say this, and I'll repeat the same statement when we get to Rostermania. There are a lot of fluctuations happening with Native, and a team/org that has not announced their team yet. Technically, two. But like there are so many things that are happening and things that are moving so fast, and it's it's Halo esports in a nutshell. It's Rostermania in a nutshell. This shit fucking happens and it sucks. And all I want, and I'll say this again, all I want is for Native to have a fucking solid roster and they can actually try to make a fucking move. Like, that's all I want. They got shafted so fucking hard last year with all the visa shit that they were having to deal with and all that shit. And I just want them to have a solid roster that they can compete their best at. Oh my God. All right. Last piece of competitive news here. Tony wants to help a team to Arlington. This is by Why Not. He says, attention AM players. I had an idea back in year 1 and 2 of the HCS and I never jumped on it. 2024 is the year of action and not just ideas. I want to help an AM team before Arlington. My DMs are open. You have to be 100% going to Arlington. So fucking shout out to Tony, dude. That's awesome. So yeah, if you are an AM team that is 100% going to Arlington, I know team passes are not available yet, but if you're 100% going to Arlington and you are an AM team, reach out to him in the DMs, man. Do it up. Europa Halo monthly clip contest has been announced by Europa Halo, announcing our first monthly clip contest. Want to get your hands on one of the new HCS bundles? The winner of our clip contest for bid in February will get their hands on one of their choosing. The submission form is in the tweet that is linked in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show, ! Show notes in chat. Boom. Next up, the Atlas 2v2 Valentine's Cup has been announced. It's by Atlas. We're proud to announce the Atlas Valentine's 2v2 Cup. Grab your duo and sign up for a chance at a €100 prize pool next Thursday. See you on the server. And again, this is EU only. Okay? EU only. And February 2024 HCS calendar has been announced. This is by the HCS. Funny enough, we can't get this for fucking ranked rotational playlists in Halo Infinite, but I still want to give props where props are due. Shout out to the HCS for providing this calendar. If you want to check it out, it's in the show notes or in the linked tweet. And it includes all the links for all the grassroots playdates that are coming up, the HCS Open series that are coming up, so on and so forth. Go check that out. And then because I know we want to talk about Rostermania, I'm going to hold this question for later. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because I think we want to have a conversation about this, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So we're going to hold the whole like nerfing bandit shit till later. All right. So with that is technically for right now going to do it for the competitive news. And I'm going to fuck myself over with timestamps later, but I don't even fucking care. We're in there. That's my problem to deal with, Will, not yours this time. So there you go.
Take it. We'll take it.
Fuck yeah, dude. You're still recovering. I want to give you the time to recover and not have to deal with me jumping around in the fucking show. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into some Rostermania.
Rostermania. Okay, here we go. So, sounds like the first one on the list has to do with Barcode, but right now the rumors are rumors. If Ryan dropped something he was supposed to or wasn't, we'll just leave that to the side for now. Yes. As of right now, Scoobmeister squad in the ANZ region is going to be Barcode, Scoob, Sways, and Slays. There we go.
As of right now.
If stuff happens while we're recording the show, well then fuck us and we'll correct later.
There should be there should be an asterisk next to that team in native saying pending changes. That's what that should be. You know what? I'll just literally add that I'm gonna add that to the show notes. I'm gonna add an asterisk
right into the show notes.
Yep, I'm gonna add an asterisk.
We'll move on while Josh is doing that. Next up, Ace basically announces his retirement, kind of. He said, I'm not too disappointed with how well I played Season 1 and 2 of Infinite. I think I can say I played pretty solid besides a few plays here and there. With that said, I don't think I'm coming back to playing unless a miracle happens. It's been an honor. So, sounds like Ace is gone for now.
Yes. Halo 4 Global Champion, Ace.
Yeah.
Ace's lemonade ace.
We'll leave that one alone. Next up, Thug. Thug Nasty is coaching Stainers, and that's going to be the team of Gilkey, Sab, Kingnick, and Suspector. So there you go. Congrats to Thug on joining.
Fuck yeah. Congrats to Thug, man. Love him.
Next up, our Minnesota boy Nemesis on 2/2/24. He states, need a squad for the tourney tomorrow. Hit me up.
So obviously that was right before the Open Series.
Yep, right before the Open Series. Mm-hmm. Then again, on 2/2/24, he says, well, free agent for the season. Not going to rush into committing to anything right now, though. Open to sub roles in the meantime. Just shoot me a DM. And for further confirmation, Cloud9 put out, thanks to you, our 23 HCS season was something special. Wishing you nothing but success in your future endeavors, Nemesis. So,
Cloud9
is off of Cloud9.
Cloud9, they things are rough. Things have been rough for them. I think it was coming out of Fort Worth last year. I could be mistaken here, but it was either Fort Worth or Arlington last year that I was coming off. I was like coming off high from them, like from one of their placings in one of those tournaments. And I'm like, maybe this is the turnaround that they needed, and maybe they'll do something, and they didn't at all. And I know that this is only, we're going to talk about online events in a minute because that's what they are. They're online events. They don't indicate what's going to happen at LAN. Sorry to burst people's bubbles here. But either way, if I'm taking their previous LAN placements into consideration, along with what they just did at this Open over the last weekend, they need to reset. They need to do something, man. I don't know if they're just not clicking anymore. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that team, but they are not. It's one thing, even if you take like just the partnered organization aspect out of it, they're just not, very good. And that sucks to say.
I think it's the expectation of what Cloud9 is to the rest of the esports realm, that you figured there would be more team cohesion, more backing of an HCS team, and that a team they pick up would perform.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it looks like chat saying they got top 6 in Arlington. Thanks, sure enough.
So that was what what I was riding the high off of, is that they got top 6.
Yeah. And I'm going to feel like maybe a little bit of a dick saying this, but sometimes the bracket can just work in your favor.
As we've seen in the past.
You only might have to win one major game to get to top 6.
Yep. And as we've seen in the past.
So maybe it was a little inflated, but the way they played there gave you hope, right?
Yeah.
And then it just wasn't there the rest of the year. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Cloud9, if they're sticking around or not.
I hope you don't get shit for your statement on that, because I have had a very similar sentiment towards a very specific team over the past 2 years, as you're well aware, Will. The whole, this team is not a top 4 team.
Top 3 team, right?
Top 3, yeah. Yeah. And that was proven time after time after time. But that's besides the point. We don't need to go there right now.
Yeah. So we'll see. Cloud9 just seems to be up in the air.
Yeah. And it's, like I said, it's unfortunate because Will, you and I talk about all the time on the show. Like, it kind of feels like it's every week where we want all these teams to succeed. Like, we want all these teams to be the best they can possibly be, because if they are the best they can possibly be, then that just means it's more competition, and it means more amazing matches that we get to witness as spectators. And that's all we should ever want. And so it genuinely sucks talking about a team who is underperforming, where, especially for a team that's part of a partnered organization. Like, it just sucks, because I want nothing more than for them to be successful and for them to be competitive. And it's just, I don't know what the fuck's going on, man.
Mm.
Daddy, you need to relax. Actually, you're right. Daddy, you're right. FaZe are not a top 4 team. They're top 1. FaZe.
Top 2 team. Top 2.
Top 1. FaZe. Go ahead, Will.
Last up, another asterisk team, because we don't know what the frick is happening now. Native Gaming releases Neptune. He's put out their free agent for the HCS season again. Native Gaming put out, today we say goodbye to Neptune. Thank you for everything, Travis. Wishing you nothing but the best. The sentiment that was put out there was work wasn't being put in. Even again today in APG's stream, he said this isn't an exact example, but some of the knowledge that they were kind of hoping to be there that wasn't is, say you spawn green on Oddball on Livefire, right? Oddball Livefire, you spawn green, the B stronghold. And APG was like, you know, sometimes based on the callouts, you know, if you can sneak in through garage door, maybe live up in jail area and make contact while your team pushes from the other side. And he's like, some of that knowledge just wasn't there, and it's not knowledge we had time to work on. So it seems like Neptune wasn't up to where they may have wanted him to be, and the other sentiment was that he wasn't maybe willing to put in that time. We'll never know now. I think this is going to be, they'll pick up a new player. This will be forgotten about. The conversation might be, well, you could have done better with Travis, but we'll never really know because they didn't have time to be together, right?
Right.
One tournament was it.
One online tournament at that. Real quick, I want to add 2 things. One, sure enough, yes, I already saw that, and I will say this again. Nothing is confirmed until officially announced. Until pen is to paper, nothing is official. Do we know where that player is potentially going? Yes. We will not talk about that because it's not official yet. Remember what I've said week in, week out. We are still waiting on 2 or 3 of the top 12 placing teams from Worlds last year to announce their rosters fully. Let's use process of elimination, shall we? One of them is Quadrant. They still have not technically announced Glory is on that roster. They have not put out an official statement saying that Glory is on that roster. Do we believe that he is? Yes, but it has not been officially announced. Another one is Cloud9, because who the fuck knows what they're doing? They can't seem to find a 4 stack that they're going to carry through week to week. So that's another org. I'm leaving out one. Use process of elimination to determine which one team that is yet to announce that placed top 12 at Worlds last year. I will leave it at that. Thank you. Draconian, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. The other thing I wanted to add, Will, is we're going to talk about the Open Series results, right?
Yeah.
That fucking last second play where Neptune was solo crouching around cuts on live fire, which basically gave the other team that win. And it looked like he got teammated as well.
Yeah, he did.
That, like, I know that clearly there were other things happening within that roster that led to this moment, right? That led to Neptune getting let go. But think about that, right? You're in that situation. You already have all that other shit happening in your mind, like within you, like all these conversations that have been taking place. The fact that it feels like he's not fully in it, he's not fully committed. And then you have that moment happen in the game when that series could have been won or lost. And you have that happen. Like that, dude, that had to have been, I would assume they already knew, but like that had to have been like the fucking straw that broke over the camel's back. Like that had to have been the fucking moment that was like, we're done. It's chalked. It's fucking chalked. We're done.
Yep. Yeah. That's the 100%. it's time to do something, nail in the coffin, whatever you want to say. That it was painful.
Yes.
It was painful, man.
1,000%. So again, this sucks too, because it's something we've been talking about since last year, is that it feels like Native has been getting the short end of the stick for basically an entire season. And
yeah, visa issues. Now this kind of off-season conundrum.
Exactly.
Oy.
Exactly. And when all the teases were coming out about the Renegades roster getting back together, Sans Penguin, obviously, well, now Dead Zone, it was like, now we're finally doing it. Like, they're finally going to be, they have their 4, they know what they're going to be doing. Like, we know where they can go from here. We know the talent that Neptune can bring. It's just another fucking wrench in the gears, man. It just sucks. It just sucks. So I feel for Native, especially with what's potentially happening right now with what was going to be their supposed 4th. Yeah. This just, it sucks, man. It sucks. Okay, let me just, Will, I guess we could talk about this, because we can talk about the scrim that they had with It's the Last Shot, because that happened. And the thing I want to say is, like, Dayquil, Relapse, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Like I said, guys, process of elimination, ladies and gentlemen. Process of elimination. It's very simple. But yeah, so Will, we talked about it before we went live, where been seeing a lot of, and this is nothing against the kid's skill. Like, this is nothing against that. He literally won Worlds FFA last year. Like, that's fucking insane. Yeah. Nothing against the kid's skill. I think not you and I, but like, I think there are others out there that are potentially taking this way too far in saying that, and again, nothing against him, but like, he could be a next phenom player or whatever. And Will, you had mentioned that, like, we know that 4v4 is completely different than FFA. This is it's a team-based situation. We know that scrims are just scrims. Online is online. We haven't seen a lot from a LAN perspective outside of FFA from him. And I'm not saying he couldn't be something incredible and something special, because I'm never going to take away from the kid's skill. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But just like, we need to hold our horses a minute. You know what I mean? Just hold our horses. That's all I'm asking. Zeno says he got top 20 at Fort Worth. I mean, that's top 20. Good for him. Mickwin says, guys, God, nobody is mad he got an opportunity. Just been a crazy, stressful couple weeks. Absolutely. Oh, man. Benjamin says, last shot was on Centenegra for Arlington and Fort Worth and put up numbers. And I'm not saying he's not putting up numbers. Just I want to, and I've said this before. Also, Zeno, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. The thing I want to say is I want him to have a shot, right? Obviously, I want the kid to get a shot. Hopefully it's not his last shot. In all seriousness, anybody that is trying to prove themselves, anybody that is putting in that time, that is putting in that work, I want them to get their opportunity. And obviously, this scrim with Native, and Mickwin, now that you're here, I was hoping that, now granted, God guys, it's not done yet. Like, we're not done yet. But like, I wanted that. I wanted him there. I wanted him with McWin and the boys because you already have that veteran talent that exists with McWin and APG, and Collect is just getting better. And then you have this kid come in who has a chip on his shoulder, and you love that. And he can learn under these guys. And it just seemed like a great scenario. But of course, fucking Native can't have anything nice. They just keep getting the short end of the stick. But Bickwin says the frustration comes from the fact that we were willing to move off Travis for Wyatt, but not really anyone else. Yeah, that fucking blows. Not McWin. Will, there's something I want to say, but I want to get your thoughts first because I've been talking a lot. I apologize.
It's all good. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. It sucks that this all happened. You're right. It seems like Native can't catch a break. And we'll see what happens now. I don't know what I can and cannot say, but we'll just wait and see. That's where I'm at. Wait and see, people. They'll get a fourth because they're going to still compete, and we'll see how things go. And
that's the thing too, is that there it is. Mick, when I was just going to say, if you want to tell people so we don't have to fucking beat around the goddamn bush, Jesus Christ. Thank God. I'm like, how fucking else do we spell this out for people? Jesus. So yeah, there you go. McWin, Native's probably gonna go after Barcode now that they can't. Now they're potentially not able to do last shot because. Okay. McWin says they're gonna play with Monster this weekend since we can't get him here in 48 hours. McWin, Austin, are you prepared? Austin, are you prepared for the bullshit that's going to come your way for having Monster play on your team? Jesus fucking Christ. People are so fucking stupid. People are so fucking stupid. So then McWin says, then Monday Barcode will be here. That's a tentative plan. There you go. We finally don't have to fucking beat around the bush anymore. So yes, the original plan was it's the last shot. McWin, am I able to mention the trial now that I'm already mentioning it? Am I able just to say it now? I'm just going to ask before I say anything. And then in terms of last shot as well. Right. That's my point. So the plan was they were going to try to sign Last Shot to a trial contract on Native, and if that worked out, they were going to stick with him, and if it didn't work out, they were going to try to go for Barcode. So now I want to talk about Last Shot for a second because again, it's not confirmed where he's going, but if you use process of elimination, you'll figure it out. But the point that I want to make is, if he does sign pen to paper for that organization, I hope to fucking God that he has everything in writing and everything fully laid out in front of him. He's a young dude, and I do not want him to get fucked over by that entire situation. That's all I'm going to say about that. There is still information that is yet to come out about that situation. There's still information that is yet to come out about that organization. And they're fielding a Halo team. Now, guys, you've probably already figured out what that organization is based off of what we've been fucking leading into for the entire goddamn episode. You've probably already figured that out. Now, by process of elimination, I want you to think about this for a second. Deranged Native, owner of Native Gaming, in the chat right now, and says, and I quote, Kenny owes me 100,000 plus. There you go. G1, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Guys, they're fielding a Halo team, or they're working on it. They're trying to field a Halo team right now. I want you to think about this for a second. What is a team? I don't want to be an absolute asshole, but I'm just going to throw this out there because it feels like everything's coming out at this point, Will, so I'm just going to throw it out, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Here we go. What was a beloved team that consistently placed top 6, sometimes higher than that, over the last year? I'll give you a hint. They played for an owner that's in the chat right now. Perfect. You guys figured it out. Native Red. Cool. Native Gaming went down to one roster this year. They're fielding one roster this year. That means those players had to go somewhere. Well, we already know where Soul Snipe went. We already know where Soul Snipe is. That left 3. And we already know that G1 was keeping a player. And you may have noticed during the last Open Series that 3 out of the 4 original Native Red roster and another player were playing. Put 2 and 2 together. But then you may be asking yourself, where does that leave It's the Last Shot? We'll talk about that whenever that gets officially announced. Because again, nothing's official yet until pen's to paper. Okay. Will.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Barcode potentially coming back now on Native?
Yeah, I think he still does well enough to be in the NA scene. Kind of sad he's leaving the competition in ANZ, but the opportunities here is going to be much better for him. So, yeah, kind of excited to have him back, knowing that it was like not the path Native wanted to take is a little bit more disheartening, I guess, to him coming back. It kind of feels like, you know, he was the third option.
Yeah.
And they're kind of stuck with that now. But we'll see how it all shakes out, you know?
We know that they've had success in the past. And we, like, when the visa issues were not issues, we know that we were really up on them. We were really hyped on them. And we got to get our boy Scoob over here, man. We got to find him a spot on a North American team or something. That man is just dying over there. Like, when they had Barcode, like, everything was looking great. And then if our boy Scoob is just he's just, God damn. Oh, man. Bobby Brown downtown, says Sways 2. I can agree. I just want more representation from that region, man. I think we all do. It just sucks. Talk about a region that just gets the fucking short end of the stick. Them, Mexico, EU to an extent for sure. God damn it. Mrs. Day, thank you for the follow and welcome to the live show.
Ronan, I don't hate Outback Steakhouse. It's just like, if I want a steak, I'm gonna cook it myself because I don't want to pay that much for what you get there.
You know what the worst? You know what the worst part is, Will?
What's that?
That's where I literally went to dinner tonight.
Yeah,
It was fucking Outback Steakhouse. It was
nice,
guys. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. Yeah, legend. Okay, yeah, so let's put a bow on this real quick. Let's put a bow on this.
Tie it all up, move on.
Yes, so Native Gaming, they released Neptune. They originally were going to go for It's the Last Shot. He got poached by another org. I'll let you figure out who it is, even though we already talked about it. They're shit, but that's besides the point. And they're going to go for Barcode as long as they can get him over here. So there you go. And fucking shout out Swole Daddies. And we'll get to that real shout out.
We'll get to them.
We'll get to them Swole Daddies. God damn it. Oh yeah, and Invisiblade, like you said, yeah, they're going to play with Monster this weekend in the Open. And they're going to get flamed for it. Unjustifiably, they're going to get flamed for it because people are assholes and people are stupid as shit. So there's that. So there you go. Thank you, Mikwin, for finally just putting it out there. Okay, that's it for Rostermania. Will, before we get into should we jump back now and talk about that Bandit nerf?
Why not?
Be reckless. All right, it's time to get back to the competitive news. So, Lucid put out a tweet. Quick Fuzz, or Quick Fuse, I should say. I believe it's Fuse. Quick Fuse, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Greatly appreciated. Yes, Draconian, it is. He will never leave. He is here to stay. He will forever be a part of the set. He's hanging. He's.
Let me go have a coughing fit off camera real quick.
Sounds good. Do it up. Mikwin, I had no idea you were talking about Alex. I was so confused. I didn't know how to respond. Yeah, Mikwin, that's the best part, dude, is that fucking... fucking daddy throws some money their way. And they're like, hey, you should call yourselves the Swole Daddies, dude. Oh my God. I fucking love Swole Daddy. He's amazing. Xerxes, I'm angry he was not cast into the real life Avatar show or movie. Dude, right? Fucking perfect casting choice. He's right there. God damn. Jesus. All right. So Lucid put out a tweet. And we are 1 week, Will. We are 1 week officially into the 2024 season.
Yeah.
We have had one official HCS online tournament take place. And Lucid put out the following tweet. Do we start talking about how the Bandit needs a nerf now, or do we wait 6 months to come around to it? And then in response to what he would want to see, he said, slightly lower rate of fire and slightly lower aim assist. People are just Thanos snapping people out of existence with team shots. 1v1s are in an okay spot, but the rest of the 70% of comp play is team shots. And then Tashi replied and says, Hines, you guys should talk. And Frosty says, now, Hines. So, Will, do you believe that the Bandit Evo deserves a nerf at this point in time?
I think yes.
Ooh.
I just put it back to what it was. No one was complaining about it. Did the BR get many nerfs or drops over the 2 years we had the BR? I don't think it did.
Oh shit. I don't entirely remember, and that's on me. I'm sorry. And I will say this, though. I think one of the reasons why they removed the bloom, like the 0.03, whatever it was, I think the reason why they removed it was because people, like, I can't remember if it was because of, not blank shots, obviously, but I think it was more so like shots that clearly looked like they were hitting were not, or something like that. It was to try to mitigate or remove that issue entirely.
Yeah, but now I just notice when I'm actually fucking blanking on people a lot more rather than just being like, well, shit, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Triplexity says, I thought they adjusted the cone and aim assist on the BR multiple times. They definitely did it more than once. See, like I said, I don't know for sure because I don't have like patch notes in front of my face right now, Trey. The stream.
Yeah, because when you change the scene back to news, technically the next segment is Rostermania.
Oh, yeah. I don't care about that. Thank you, though, Daddy. I appreciate it. Only use a frag. Welcome back. This is my bandit doesn't shoot bullets. All right, well, continue. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I could see bringing the range back a little bit. So that was what was nice about the bandit. Like on maps, like if you got starboard with a bandit,
yeah,
it played a lot better with what the bandit was last season.
Okay.
Or before CU29.
Oh my God.
So I don't know. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. I'm just here to play the game at this point.
So here's where I'm at. I don't think it needs a nerf. Now, Will and I are not pro players. That should be obvious. Okay, for those who don't know, Will and I are not pro players. We just talk about the pro scene. That's kind of the point of the show. It's pro talk, not pro play. Get it? Get the joke? Okay, cool. We're all good. But my thing is, and I'll repeat the same sentiment that I said in the Discord server, which you guys should join because it's free and it's amazing. Yeah, why are you here, absent? What the fuck? You're here for my hugs. All right. So I don't think it needs a nerf. The reason why, Will, is for reasons that I've said multiple times on this show. One of which being that Halo Infinite is a team-based game. There are opportunities to show off solo skill, 1,000%, there is. But it is a team-based game. Does that mean you could get melted by two people watching over you with a bandit by watching a corner? Yes. I would argue that the same thing could happen if two people were watching you with BRs. Yes, more bullets would have to hit you, but pros were complaining about how easy the BR was to use. So I think that point is mute at this point. The other thing is that considering this is a team-based game and heavily relies on teamwork and setups and execution of said setups, that I don't think the bandit is at a massive advantage just by being the starting weapon. I think it's intended that you shoot as a team. You hold down angles. That's the point. That's the whole point. And
what if we expand that though? Because the bandit being what it is now,
yeah,
like you can't win an AR fight against a bandit up close.
I mean, you can against me.
You sure. but the bandit is almost, it's becoming too universal, which we didn't want for the sandbox, right? Oh yeah. Randy just said OS gets melted a lot faster. That's for sure. Definitely noticed that.
I'm not going to say that's a hindrance though. Yeah, I think we just disagree on this. I think that's where we're at. Which is not a bad thing. Like we disagree on things. It's perfectly fine. I just think we're way too early right now because we haven't seen this being played on LAN yet. And I'm curious as to how that's going to work out because yes, you can get melted incredibly fast. Like I understand that. And I even said when we were playing ranked the other day, like it felt like I was getting 4 shot instead of 5. Like that's how sometimes it felt getting shot by the Bevo. Is like it does hit like a fucking truck. But also I will say that it is hard to cross map with the gun. That was one of my worries. If people remember, that was one of my worries. Yo, Licinity, what the fuck? Thank you for the raid.
Hey.
Guys, if you guys have not checked out Ladies Night yet by Licinity, it's a podcast that Licinity is doing with women of the Halo and gaming scenes in general. Go check them out. I have the first 2 episodes linked in the show notes of this show, by the way. So go check those out. We'll get to them in the shoutouts, I promise. Do not worry about that. And she just also, I believe, literally tonight, just did another episode, which once that obviously gets brought over to YouTube, we'll put that in the next week's show notes. Licinity, we got you. We got you. Don't worry. So yeah, shout out to Licinity. Thank you so much for the raid. You guys are fucking awesome. Welcome, Raiders. Fauci and Woptastic. Thank you guys for the follows and welcome to the live show. Thank you so much, Sin. Thank you so much. And also, Will, I'm going to be selfish here. Will.
Okay.
I'm not good with single shot weapons. Okay? I'm not.
So you like that you can do a little...
I feel like I've gotten better now. And I don't want that taken away from me. I just started getting decent with the weapon, Will. And now he wants to, like, God, Tommy, no! No, Tommy! Please! I just want... I'm so shit with single shot weapons. I just want it the way it is now. Don't take it away from me. God damn it. I felt like I was holding my own. Will, we had a really good teamwork thing happening the other night, man. Shit.
I mean, we did. I don't know. I'm in Tommy's corner. I'm with Tommy on this.
Will, I can't believe you've done this. Oh, no, I don't blame you. I don't fucking blame you. It's fine. It definitely, like, when you're getting, that's the thing, though, right, is, now, at the same time, I think people need to go watch old footage. Oh, fucking old. I think people need to go watch footage of when the BR was the starting weapon and see how angles were held down there and see how fast people would get killed as well. But, Will, I won't lie to you. Like, it does fucking suck when you're the one on the opposite end of that getting fucking railed. Like, that sucks. When you're in an Aquarius Slayer and you're not able to fucking get out of your base, like, that sucks. I will never disagree with that. That blows. But I can't believe I'm saying this, but I genuinely like how it feels now. I really do like how it feels. I'm coming from the
opposite end where it feels... Huh.
Are you going to say too easy?
Maybe that's it, but it also, like, my accuracy is technically up, but I feel like I'm playing worse with the way the Bandit is now. I don't know how to describe it. And maybe it's the network stuff that's really coming into effect here versus what the Bandit's doing. That I have been noticing more blank shots, more just inconsistency.
Oh, dude, I see that too.
And maybe that's where my frustration is of nerf the Bandit, because in reality, I should be getting some kills that I'm not.
I do feel that, but here's my thing though, is that I don't think that's the problem with the Bandit, more so a problem with the game itself.
Yeah, right.
But no, you're right though. Like it does suck when, I mean, fuck, we were watching PD the other night and like it literally looked like he got 4 or 5 blanks in a row. And I'm like, dude, and I know that's not a problem with like the Bandit itself and more so the game, but that is awful. It's and the whole point of getting rid of the bloom was to make that not happen, like reduce those things from happening.
It just makes it more prevalent now.
Right. And PD says, I had more blanks in a 5-minute span the other day than I had in a whole session prior, but small sample size. Yeah, that was PD. I remember watching that. And that was insane. Real quick before we continue this conversation, I got to give a couple shout outs here. Sin, thank you so much again for the raid. You're super fucking nice and you're amazing. And what you're doing for the community and the scene is incredible as well. Keep it fucking up. For the record, I didn't say keep fucking up. I said keep it fucking up. You know what I mean? Like, keep it up. You're fucking amazing. That's what I meant to say. And again, Hooligan, Selexi, Mushy, Sparty, Lairdom, and Gesgar, thank you guys for the follows. Welcome to the live show. And sure enough, with the 5 gifted subs, that means we got a woo! Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Greatly fucking appreciated. So, Will, let me ask you this then. Are you saying that you just want it back? Like, if we're gonna backtrack just a minute, do you want it just back to the way it used to be, or do you want something else to happen here? If you wanted a nerf to happen for the Bevo,
when you say it, you mean the Bandit.
Correct. So the Bandit Evo.
See, this is where I could say the game felt better before content update 29, right? Servers,
ranked was better.
Ranked, yeah, everything. And now we have content update 29. The servers were kind of going bad late in season 5. And I think it's all just contributing to, like, this just doesn't feel good.
Okay.
So maybe I'm placing the blame on the Bandit when it's really more issues.
Okay.
So I'm going to say, before we change anything, servers need to stabilize to figure out how this actually really feels. Or maybe just need to get a freaking LAN party going and be like, this is how this game should be played.
Sure.
Then feel it out.
Okay. And also, I want to put this out there too, is that obviously we want what's most competitive for the title. Like, at the end of the day, that is what Will and I agree on. That's what we want. We want what's the most competitive for the title. The pros to play at their most competitive. Like, that's what we want for the scene. And if that means a Bevo nerf, that means a Bevo nerf. If it means that it stays the same, it means it stays the same. It's just, you're right, Will. There's a lot of other issues, underlying issues that are happening within the foundational structure of this video game. Using that buzzword again. And it sucks because every time you log on to the game, you're wishing to yourself that, is it going to feel good? Am I going to have low enough ping? Am I not going to have unstable packet loss? Am I not going to get shot around a corner? Am I not going to get shot through a wall? Am I not going to get blank melees? Am I not going to get blank shots? Like, guys, that's every fucking thing that happens over and over and over again. And it's just, it's compounded every time you get on the game. So, and then real quick, I want to comment on what you just said. Yes, Trey, that is a good idea. Especially, I mean, we don't even have to do that when we're doing remote like this. We could do that in general.
That's true.
That is a good idea. I will literally implement that after this show. So thank you very much for the feedback. And yes, for those who don't know, for those who are tuning in for the first time, my name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and next to me is the illustrious co-host wearing the rocker hoodie, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. There you go.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful, just like you, Will.
Oh, too kind. You're the one with the fresh haircut.
Hey, you were the one with the fresh haircut fucking like last week or the week before, I think, right?
It was like 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah.
It's fresh enough. Okay. Fucking fresh enough. We're both not wearing hats. Okay. That's kind of where we're at.
That's a plus,
now.
Right? It's a plus.
It's a plus. It's a fucking plus. Jesus Christ. Bodie! Fuck you. I'm not fucking explaining it again. You ass.
Bodie, you've been here. You know. Come on.
Just wait. He actually has a concussion and he has amnesia and he forgot.
Oh no. All right.
Not something to joke about. Not something to joke about, but you know.
I've had a few concussions in my life, so it's fine.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. All right. All right. Anything else you want to talk about with the Bevo before we move on?
No, let's get into the next segment, Josh.
All right, which means that is officially it for the competitive news. It's time for your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombat.com. Check out noobcombat.com for all your Halo esports needs. And if you go to noobcombat.com, you'll see that it's been a little bit of a refresh on the website. Maddie is condensing things down to mainly be like an event screen showing all the things that are coming for tournaments and whatnot. And then there is a news ticker at the top that if you click the article within the ticker, it'll bring you to the source of that information. So that's pretty cool. Go check it out. But on Friday, February 9th and Saturday, February 10th is the HCS Open Series for North America week number 2. And then on Saturday, February 10th, we have the Open Series week number 2 for Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, and EU. So yes, they learned their lesson from last year, ladies and gentlemen. There will be no HCS tournament on Super Bowl Sunday.
Josh, you forgot to put in the big one also happening on February 10th.
Oh, I was like, wait a second. Will, please take it away.
On February 10th, we are also hosting a tournament. It is a custom Olympics tournament. We have 16 competitors going in. They're going to run through some fun custom games and a HCS FFA. Get points. Top 4 move on from each heat. So we'll have a final 8 that then run it all again to see who comes out in first place.
Fuck yeah. Will and I will be casting it.
Yeah, it'll be live here. Twitch.tv/HCS Pro Talk. I've been meaning to make like some graphics, but with this cold, I just haven't had time or energy to do so. So it might be a little bit of a, like, we're going to pull up a spreadsheet to show you who has points versus this nice like graphic with the names of everyone and their point totals.
Yeah, we're not LVT Halo over here.
Yeah.
We do things very, very, very grassroots. That's what I'll call it. Jesus Christ. Max says, I was watching Barcode. Did you mention my ANZ and Asia comps? Oh shit, I don't think so. Can you link them? Can you DM us, Mac, please? I'm sorry. Mac, if you could DM one of us over on the Discords, or if you want to DM us on Twitter, that'd be cool too. Whatever works for you, I can get them in the show notes and be good to go. Good to go. No, it's not your bad. It's fucking my bad. Fucking A, Mac. Let me take responsibility for this. Thank you, Draconian. Appreciate you, man. Very sweet of you to say. We do what we can. Fucking been here for over 5 years, you know?
6.
Yeah,
6, man.
Over 6. Fuck me, dude. God damn it. See, this is what happens when you get old, guys, is that you forget stuff. Memory becomes fucking shot. It's awful. All right, that's it for your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombat.com. Check out noobcombat.com for all your Halo esports needs. Besides Max tournaments, which we will include in the show notes once he gets back to us. Do not worry. All right, Will, Scrim Tournament League recaps. What do we got?
Start off with a couple scrims. First up was Thursday, February 1st. And Shopify went up against Stainers, and they won it 9-7, meaning Shopify there. Yes. On February 2nd, Sentinels took a scrim 9-7 against Complexity. So teams are getting in the mix finally, especially with these open tournaments happening.
We have some new folks here in the show that are tuning in for the first time. I want to give everybody a heads up. This is the quick stance on scrims. They're practice. They don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Take that for what you will. I will literally leave it at that. Go ahead, Will.
Next up, a really cool thing that happened this past week. Native Gaming Best Buy 2K FFA Showdown. They held this within a Best Buy in Texas. I forget the town.
Wait, Will, did you say
Arlington?
Did you say this is a showdown?
There it is.
All right.
Showdown. Sure.
Sweet.
APG was there for a meet and greet, which was really cool. And here are your top 3 placings. Third was Zumandu. Second went to Ace, and first went to Atticus. So
member of Passion United.
Here you go. Next up, back in the mix, some Griffball. The American Griffball League of America. Yes, you heard that right.
Oh, man, it's been so fucking long, dude.
You could say it's been a while.
It's been a while?
Thank you.
Wait, let me finish this. It's been a while since we've seen Brian on the cast. Because he was. Fucking Rage More Nerd was on the fucking cast, dude.
Yeah. So Griffball is making a resurgence here in Infinite. And here are your top 2 teams from that. It was in second, the Crawler Death Squad, which included Captain Sev, TJP, Death Crawler, and Lux. There's a Y in front of Lux, but I'm just going to leave it at Lux. And then your first place team is Ram Ranch. Mungo Pungo. We heard a lot about Mungo Pungo in the previous seasons. Glad to see the name pop back up. Tommy Westside, Fanciest Pants, and KD Skill taking it home. VODs are included in the Google Docs, the show notes of the show. ! Show notes in chat if you want to check out those VODs for these tournaments.
Where you can see Rage More Nerd himself. One of the OGest of OG members of this community, as a matter of fact. Where we met him, where he was wearing
in Chicago.
He was wearing a Play Griffball shirt at Halo Outpost Chicago, where Will and I were on a panel, and his ass was standing at the back of the group. And I shouted him out during that panel because he was wearing a Play Griffball shirt. Shout out Rage More Nerd, dude. Fuck yeah.
Last tournament on the list here, the EHL Griffball 4v4. Fourth place went to Chemical Warfare, which was Chemical, Jolly, Holly Morales, and Memorized. Third went to Lag Switchers season. This was I'll Shrek You, Spanktron, Skull and CX, and Aware Mosquito. Second went to Drapo Noir. This was Chronozer, Sika, Legend, and SLG. And first went to Midnight Marauders, which included Ace Be Silent, Gingy, Mystical Novice, and Justy. Yeah, there you go.
Sweet.
Now, you might be saying, what about the fucking Open Series? Well, that's coming up next. Just wait. That's going to be in a different segment here today.
What segment might that be, Will?
It's going to be the topic.
And speaking of which, let's just get right into it. The HCS Open Series Week 1 results are our topic of the show this week. Yes, it's not the Rostermania. Yes, it's not the Bevo. I'm going to call it the Bevo bullshit. That's what I'm going to call it. No, it's the HCS Open Series Week number 1 results. Zig, no longer a thing. Native was going for him. He got poached by a shit org. They're going to be going for Barcode now. And for this week's Open Series, they're going to play with Monster. There you go. 80 minutes in, we get to the main topic. Let's fucking go. Let's go, Invisiblade. Let's go. We got here, guys. We fucking made it, dude. Fuck yeah. All right. Same here, Zig. Same here. But regardless, if and when Barcode comes over, we fucking love Bark, so it'll be all right. Will, do you want to run through the results here for A and Z?
Yeah, let's just go back and forth here.
Do it up.
So yeah, HCS Open results for A and Z, 7th and 8th. I guess just 7th, really. Legit Gaming, which included Legit Joey, Elemental Rage, Explicit Vibes, and Legit Mesa, however you want to say it. 5th, 6th went to Burger Kings, which was Renial, Phlebus, Illuminated, and Natural Talent. And also in 5th, 6th, Authority, Flex Reigns, Pips, Madsy, and Divinity. 4th went to Boogie Down. This included Chef, Crispy, Spectre, and Cheesin. 3rd went to Men of Chicken, which was Middo, Lolly, Man of Chicken, and Vamped. Second went to T1, which included Plasma, Rice, Rated, and Noobles. And first went to Swole Daddies. Yes, our very own Swole Daddy in chat decided to send some money over to this org or this team to call themselves Swole Daddies for this tournament.
Jesus Christ.
Which is just incredible. And this was your Barcode Scoobmeister, Sways and Slays team. And they just went undefeated throughout the entire tournament. So
Snag says, wait, no fucking way. Yes, it is a real thing that happened. I thought it was, yes. I think we all thought it was a joke when he put it in the Discord server that he was doing this. And then you looked at the Faceit link in the bracket, and sure as shit, they literally named themselves the Swole Daddies for the fucking tournament. It is a real thing. So much of a real thing that if you go to the HCS Twitter account where they have their like graphics made for who won each Open Series, you will see that for Australia, New Zealand, they have the graphic, and at the bottom left, Swole Daddies. It's a real thing that happened.
Yeah, it was great.
It is solidified in HCS history. And it's amazing. Fucking shout out Swole Daddy. Oh, go. Okay. Do you want me to take Mexico then?
Yeah, I'm just Swole Daddy. You don't have to say it in chat, but I'm curious on what that figure was.
Wow, Will just
pay. I'm curious, man. I want to know.
It's about
just to name your team for
about
the weekend.
350.
Said 350, maybe 400 each.
No, I'm like $3.50.
Oh, $3.50.
Oh, he said 200 Australian. So like 120 USD. All right.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Jesus Christ. Is that all it takes to get your name on a fucking team? Wait a second, Will. I know something's happening in the background that we're not going to talk about right now, but like, man, I think we got frisked. You know?
Yeah. Shit.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding, by the way.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So for the HCS Open Series week number 1 for Mexico, Snag, don't worry about it. We'll talk. We'll talk about it later. There's your tease. He'll announce first, won't he? Is that the plan? Is that he will announce once he gets everything set up? I would assume so. But either way,
I don't want to I just don't want to make the assumption. I mean,
you're right.
I was kind of waiting for like the graphic to come through, and then we could announce once the graphic was there and we had information.
Yeah, like we normally do on this show.
Yes,
we talk about it once it's officially announced.
Yeah,
look at you, Will. Love that. Love you. Let's continue on with the Mexican results here. In 7th and 8th, and now I know what you did, Will. You fucking gave me this shit because you struggle with the Mexican names. Now I'm going to have to fucking struggle with this shit. Thanks a lot. So, in 7th and 8th.
Calculated.
Yeah, fuck calculated, yeah. 7th and 8th, we have For Fun, which is A Furious, Karamazov, JG Hysteria, and Okotsu. And then we had Team Off, which was Negti, Pink Sakura, Destroy Ones, and Hixerum. 5th, 6th, we had Team Rye 6 God, which was Rye 6 God, Grimsty, Dragoniac, and Eye Blood Reina. And then Snom Affliction, which was Eye Blue Snipes, Alvaru, Tequila, and Dark Killer. In 4th place, we had Snom, which was Dolan Season, Ateneus, the Deity Sam, and Avzaron. In 3rd place, we had SWAT X Alpha, which was Leor, Magico, Strikey, and Pelu. In 2nd, we had 2024, which was Warch, Bullet, Gora Loco, and Sepstars. And in 1st place, we had No Org, which was Drift, Tapping Buttons, Acid, and Noble. Yes, they still do not have an org representing them, which is fucking stupid. But fuck. And they only lost 2 maps throughout the entire tournament, both being within the grand finals. So they went undefeated up until the grand finals. They only lost 2 maps. So shout out to No Org. I hope they fucking wish that they get a chance with an organization Really fucking hope they do. Also, for those who want to check out the VODs are included in the Google Doc of the show. It's the show, ! Show notes in chat. Dan, you are correct. If we all learned anything tonight, it's that nothing is official till it's on paper. 1,000%. All right, Will, take it away for the EU results.
All right. 7th and 8th, we had Cat Smile Academy, which included Symphony? I don't know. Warlord, I'm going to say that's Marine and Deco. And then also Team Pharmaceutical, which included Baxterall, Riot, Clonely, and Money. 6th, 8th went to The Last Dance, Flux, Moze, Septic, and Chad. And BH3 Esports, Sunrise, Bastos, Knuckles, and I'm going to say Cali. 4th place went to Jump Out Gang. This is Kimbo, Hollers, Zove, and Millsy. 3rd went to Anita Max Win, which was Desire, Nemains, Hi, I'm Ninja, and Respectful. 2nd place went to listed as Quadrant, SLG, Chick, Sika, and Glory. And 1st went to Foe, Jimbo, Snipetrone, Mighties, and Mutum. And if you didn't see this grand finals, man, you missed a good one. Foe reverse swept Quadrant, then to sweep them again to win the tournament. Was insane.
That is fucking insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Also talk about another fucking team that doesn't have an organization representing them.
Yeah. 100%.
That is frankly unbelievable at this point in time. So they pulled a phase. Oh my God. They did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. God damn. Yeah, we all hope that they find a good org, man. It's crazy. All right. Ready for some NA, Will?
Go for it.
All right. So first up, before we get into the results, let's talk about what Elamite said. He said over on Twitter, happy to announce Legends visa has been approved. However, Space Station will be using a sub for the first HCS qualifier due to the tight time frame. But we're looking forward to seeing him in action for from the US for the remainder of the qualifiers and 2024 season. So for those who don't know, Will, who was their replacement for that week?
I'm sorry, I was reading a DM while you were talking, and I
it's
don't
okay.
know. Are you asking SSG?
Yeah, who was their replacement for the week? Yep.
Monster.
Oh, it was Monster. That can never go poorly. So, before we get into the results, let me just say this right here, right now. There are players out there who still have issue with Chance. Chance being Monster. Will and I are two people that do not have an issue with him. Will, am I safe to say that for you? I'm sorry to talk for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically where I'm at is if he was cheating last year, I don't think he was cheating last year. I don't think he's cheating now. If he was, I would assume that the HCS had researched and dug into the allegations that were set against him and determined on their end whether or not he was cheating and whether or not he'd be banned from events. There was never a statement that came out. He was never banned from playing in events, and he just performed poorly on LAN. It is what it is. I know people like to poke fun and whatnot, and we know that he has been caught previously in a different game. And I know that he'll probably never get that stigma removed from him. And that sucks. But I'll just say this. Kid fucking balled out that weekend, man. Now, granted, Will, I always say this, and I need to make sure it's understood again. This was an online event. Online event. not only do we know how Chance does on LAN, but that notwithstanding, we know how this game is online. Okay? Especially, literally just talking about the issues that the Bevo have been presenting with blank shots. You're getting blank melees. You're getting desync. All that shit. You're at the mercy of who has host. Like, you're at the mercy of whatever ping you get for the game. Shit is fucky on the game. It's an online tournament. Do not put a lot of stock in this. Okay? And for the record, I don't fucking care who wins. I'd have the same sentiment if FaZe won, if Optic won, if Native won, if Stainers won, if Business won, I'd have the same sentiment. It is an online event. It is not indicative of what happens on LAN. Plain and simple. With that said, here are your results from week 1 of the HCS Open Series for North America. 7th and 8th, we had TSS, which was Cherished, It's the Last Shot, Mortally, and Super CC. Sentinels included Lethal, Falcated, Boo Boo Doo, and Spartan. 5th, 6th was Stainers, Gilkey, King Nick, Sab, and Suspector. And Business, which is Talik, Druck, Manny, and Swish. 4th place was Shopify Rebellion, which was Soul Snipe, Mental, Cycle, and Suppressed. 3rd, Optic Gaming, Trippy, Dead Zone, Lucid, and Formal. 2nd was FaZe Clan, Renegade, Snakebite, Royal 2, and Frosty. And 1st was Space Station Gaming with Eco, Stellar, Bound, and Sub Monster. VODs are included for both days as well. Will.
Yeah.
There was one, obviously we had some incredible games that took place throughout the entire tournament, right? But the thing I want to talk about, well, really a couple here. A couple series
Hold
here.
on.
What's up?
I was going to address Zig in chat, man. You're saying like Chance once a cheater, always a cheater. Are you saying that people can't grow and change? Like, haven't you ever done something wrong and then been like, oh, I fucked up, and then changed your ways? Like, it doesn't mean he's cheating now. And like, he's been in HCS Open tournaments. And if there was any proof or evidence, they would have had to do something because, you know, everyone comments on this. So I don't see. He fucked up once. I mean, APG's got his back. Frosty's got his back. I've been in channels. It's hard for me to just say, oh yeah, he's still cheating.
Shafi says you can't deny the online to LAN disparity, to be frank, but nobody's disputing that and nobody's denying that.
That there's a disparity. It's from what I've heard is that he gets LAN jitters. He gets nervous at LAN.
Yes.
And he doesn't perform to what he
and here's the other thing too, is that, like I said, if he has, and if he is, I don't think he is, but if it's proven that he is and the HCS bans him from tournaments and whatnot, if that happens, then fuck him. Then fuck him. It's easy as that to say. But pro players have his back. Pro players actively play matchmaking with him. SSG as an organization and that roster chose to pick him up to play as a sub in that tournament that is worth HCS points and money. I'm going to ask you this. Do you think that organization and those players want a cheater on their team to tarnish their reputation? No. I don't think that they would want that. I don't think any player in a professional status, I don't think any organization would want that. So the fact that they would trust him enough to be in that situation where Literally everything is just allegations. There's never been an official statement from HCS that he has been found cheating. That's never happened. It is still yet to happen. And if these allegations were based enough, then that could be taken to the HCS and then action could be taken. But action has not been taken. I don't think he's cheating. And Will, like you said, I agree that I think he just has land jitters. And the other thing too to keep in mind is, like, guys, not all of you, and I include us, like, we have not competed on the biggest stage. Like, we have not competed. We have not run through the gauntlet of open bracket. Like, I've played in an open bracket. I got shit on immediately, both times. Like, that's notwithstanding. But, like, those that have gone through the ringer of going through open bracket, like, it's a grueling process. Like, depending upon the teams you get matched up against, it can be incredibly hard, whatever, blah, blah, blah. A lot of you have never been in that situation. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses or defend the kid, but hear me out. Hear me out just for a minute. And even if it's not chance, just another player in a type of situation like that, where you have this massive stigma against you already, and you're trying to go out there and you have all these people screaming at you in your ear, calling you a cheater, or just, it can get to you. And I think it did. I think it got to him. I genuinely think it got to him. I want the kid to do well. I do. I want the kid to do well because I want him to to shut everybody up. It just hasn't happened. Will, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, was it after that LAN, after all the accusations came out again and he went to LAN, then he stopped playing for the rest of the year?
He did, like, yes.
It's kind of, signs are there that, it got to him and he stopped.
I think it did. I think it got to him.
I think Complexity made a team change and then he's like, I'm just done for the year because of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're right. It's the stigma. You got to look at, too, like, his LAN stats aren't as good as online stats. How many online warriors are out there? How many Onyx players do you see getting up into the high Onyxes that you've never seen compete on LAN or make it through to bracket play or pools even?
Yep.
Like, I'm just saying.
And that's the other thing, too. You're right about Complexity. They gave him a chance, too. Like, I don't think that these esports organizations, these larger esports organizations, would want to take a chance on a cheater. Like, I don't think you'd want your reputation tarnished that way. I wouldn't. If I was an organization owner, I wouldn't want any part of that. So, and like I said, nothing's been fucking proven. Literally nothing has been proven. Everything is still an allegation at this point.
Sorry, I'm laughing at PD's comment here. He said, I stole $2 of candy from 7-Eleven when I was a kid. I've grown.
There you go. It's in, like,
thank you.
And I know, and guys, I want to also make this understood. And I've talked about this so fucking much. It's excruciatingly stupid to have to keep reiterating this. But the fact that we have newer people joining, I just want to make this understood. If you cheat in the video game, fuck you. Like, it's as simple as that. I don't need to expound further on that. If you cheat at the video game, go fuck yourself. Plain and simple. And I know that there are a lot of people that do cheat in Infinite. I just don't think Chance is one of them. That's all I'm getting at. And like I said earlier, if Chance is found to actually be cheating, which I don't believe he is, but if he's found to be, then fuck him too. Like, it doesn't have to be like this. This isn't a gray area. If you cheat, go fuck yourself. If you don't cheat, cool. If you're an alleged cheater that hasn't been proven guilty, you're still okay in my book right now. Like, it's crazy that people are so quick to pass the judgment on this when people will take, Will, you had mentioned like the fucking screenshot thing from before. Like, people will take that so far out of fucking context. Do you guys know how fast games move? Like, when you watch a clip and you slow it down and you watch the reticle, you're like, that's it. That's sus. That's fucking sus. He's cheating. He's walling. I see it. It's right there. Yeah. Oh my God. You slow a fucking clip down to fucking super slow-mo and you're watching and be like, you fucking moron. No, that's not. Oh my God. Or Will, like you said with the fucking screenshot thing. Yeah. You're going to take a screenshot at face value, a literal still picture of the game. Oh my God. So again, real quick. If you cheat at the game, fuck you. If you cheat at any game, fuck you. If you're not cheating, cool. If you're a alleged cheater, but you're not proven guilty, then you're fine in my book right now. Literally that cut and dry. The fact that you see people in Twitch chats and online on Reddit and blah, 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 being like, he's a fucking cheater. He's still a cheater, blah, blah, blah. Prove it. Fucking prove it. Please. I'm waiting.
Yo, Descendant. With the raid.
Descendant, this is not... Why?
Again,
dude. What the fuck? Descendant, formerly known as Carmea, with another raid. What the hell, dude? Descendant raid, dude? Hell yeah. Descendant says my dad watches. No shot. What?
No way.
Yo, let's go. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh my God. Shout out Descendant's dad, man. That's awesome. That is fucking awesome. Not the only dad that listens to the show. Fucking Lucid's dad too. Let's go. Hell yeah, dude. Oh my God. Shout out you, Descendant, man. Fuck yeah. Like I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not just saying that because you're here. I truly mean this. And Will, you can attest to this. We're wishing you and the team the best of luck this season. As we wish every team the best of luck. And like, super excited to see you on that complexity roster and just bring it, man. Fucking bring that heat. And if Ryan Noob is being a little too heady, with his plays, calm him down a minute. You know what I mean? Just like take matters into your own fucking hands. It just take control of the play from Ryan. All right. Oh my God. Questifer, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Appreciate you, man. And again, shout out your dad as well. That's super awesome. Man, that's really fucking cool. I love that. I would apologize for the swearing, but I'm not going to do that. So, because I have to be myself. So sorry, not sorry. Fuck PG-13. That's right. Fuck it. Yeah. Fuck them, bro. All right.
Oh man.
Will, I had a couple, not to really break them down or anything like that, but I had a couple series I just wanted to shout out. Were there anything you wanted to talk about before I do so?
No, go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Sounds good. Love you, Trebrek. Thank you very much. Benzel, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show as well. And again, Descendant, thank you for the raid. I know I said it before, just wanted to say it again. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hope you're all having a great night. Hope Descendant had a great stream. Hope he entertained you all. And welcome to this shitstorm. So, the few series I wanted to shout out here, we talked about Cloud9 being kind of in a blender, Will.
Yeah.
One of the teams that really put them through a blender and knocked them out of the tournament was Gale Lewis. They beat them 3-1. So, again, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. Cloud9, they need something. They need some juice. They need some fire. I don't know what is happening there. But when we saw the Nemesis release confirmed, like that was... I don't even know if I'm cautiously optimistic about that team anymore, Will. It's sad. It's just sad, man. But shout out to Gail Lewis. They continued on within the tournament. That's really cool to see from them. Trebek says, my first time watching the show, have been meaning to tune in for a while, enjoying it so far. Thank you so much, man. Welcome. Good to have you. Very good to have you. So a couple other ones I wanted to call out here. Losers round 8. We had Business go up against Complexity. Business actually beat Complexity 3-1, sending Complexity home, even though they're already home. So congratulations to Business on moving forward within the tournament. If I'm not mistaken, Business, I just need to look at the show notes real quick. Yes, that was the Talik, Druckmanny, and Swish team. As a matter of fact, if you guys remember the Rostermania segment earlier before, process of elimination, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to what Complexity can do. Again, these are only online tournaments. They are online tournaments. Please do not take these as fucking gospel, for the love of God. And then I want to shout out TSS for eliminating Native Gaming. They beat them 3-1. We obviously knew there was some turmoil happening there. But hey, you got to give credit where credit is due. And TSS showed the fuck up. And so much so that, it's the last shot formerly being on that TSS roster. Really, really fucking showing out, putting the work in on there, putting the damage in on that series. Good for him on that. The other thing I wanted to shout out here was Losers Round 9, getting into closer and closer to the Losers Final. We had Business, again, this time eliminating Sentinels. It was 3-2. Very close series. Very, very close. So go check that out if you can. That was a good one. But again, shout out to Business, man. Shout out to fucking Business. The other thing is just a couple that actually had VOD stuff associated with them from LVT, because not every match can be broadcasted, obviously. That's kind of the nature of the beast. But that Shopify Sentinels series, there was the winners round 5 matchup. That one went 3-2 to Shopify. That series was basically bonkers from the get-go. I'll post a link to it in the show notes, but make sure to go check that out. And then kind of a weird one, Will. A weird one that happened here. And you are well aware of what happened. This is a glitch that happened with the game type. I want to just briefly mention SSG. Yeah, SSG going up against Native. SSG did end up winning the series 3-1, but there was that game 4 oddball on recharge, Will, where the first round was actually somehow, some way set to 50 points due to a glitch, and nobody noticed until the round was over. And I believe it ended up being a full replay at the end of it all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. That's weird. It's weird, man.
Yep, that was a fucking weird one for sure. And yes, Riz, that perfectly encapsulates it. On LAN tournaments, in other words, online tournaments. Miscreation, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. So yeah, I think that was all that I wanted to shout out. You know what? There's one more thing I will say, and we mentioned him earlier, but I'm going to say it one more time. Shout out to Monster for really holding his own. I know that sure, the stigma and everything, and the fact that this was an online tournament, but the fact that SSG went out of their way, they picked him up for that week, and he really showed out. He really did work for that team, helped them get the win. It wasn't like, that's the thing, is that it wasn't just him on there. It was him actually doing the work to help that team win that tournament. So I want to give massive shout outs to Chance on that. So good for him. And then what else? I lost my train of thought for a second, but Riz makes a good point too. This is another reason why I don't want people to put so much stock into these online events. Yes, they are getting HCS points, and yes, they're getting a little bit of money as well, which is awesome, and the points matter to an extent. Valkyrie, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Like, the points do matter to an extent, okay? This is based off seedings for the qualifier, so on and so forth. Like, these are going to matter till we get to Arlington here, okay? But I want people to understand, for those who don't get it, this game performs incredibly differently online versus on LAN. I feel like this is a conversation we need to have every year. And Riz makes a good point, where Lethal of Sentinels had to drive to his work office just to play the game on a hopefully more consistent connection. Because that's how reliant you are on outside factors than just playing the fucking game. And it sucks from an online perspective. And again, I'm not giving an excuse to Lethal. Like, it is what it is. But I just want people to understand there's a reason why I'm not even joking when I say scrims don't matter. Like, I flat out believe that. They are practice. They are meant for practice and practice only. There's no money involved. There's no points involved. It's literally just practice. But some people out there will look at scrims and be like, this is gospel. It's not. It's just not. And then I look at these online events, and yes, there's a little bit of money and there's HCS points involved. But again, we are dealing with an online environment. We are not dealing with a one-to-one situation where these teams, when they're looking at each other across the stage, we're not dealing with that situation. And I know that there's technical difficulties on LAN. Trust me, we've witnessed a lot of them. But at the same time, they play completely differently. So I'm never going to take a win away from a team. I'm never going to take credit away from a win. Never going to do that. Whether it's online, LAN, whatever, I'm never going to take that away. I just want to make sure there's context provided for folks. That's all. Because once we get into our predictions for LAN events, and we get into the post shows of LAN events, and then we get into predictions for further events down the road where we have more of this data to back things up, all of that information, all of that data, all those predictions, at least on my side, are going to be based off how they performed on LAN. Because that's exactly what happened last year. So just please keep that in mind. Will, anything you want to add to the North American Week 1 Open Series?
Just can't wait for more competition to happen. I mean, we're finally back to say
yes,
that actual pro competition happening, some tournaments we can tune into, and just watch some exciting Halo action.
Thank God, man. We are fucking back, like you said. The other thing too, real quick, was yes, Shalou. Yes, if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. But yes, he does get those points, and he will be competing with. He should be competing with Native, for this week while they get the barcode situation figured out. So stay tuned to see him on Native this weekend. As long as that all works out, there you go. Oh yeah, Bodie, the random guy joining the game. The funny fucking part about that is that the day after the tournament, when Renegade was streaming, Snakebite was just watching Renegade play the game. Or maybe it was that night. It was that night or the day after. And that guy followed Renegade's stream. Like, you saw the notification pop up for that exact guy who joined that game. Fresh Veggies. Yeah. Yeah. So again, just for those who, speaking of Frosty, what the fuck? Frosty, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much, man.
Hey,
Jesus Christ. So yeah, the plan was, SDM Mario. That's it. Thank you, Trey. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Mario followed Renegade after the fact, and you saw the pop up on the screen, and everybody in your chat was like, that's the guy. It was the fucking Leonardo DiCaprio meme. Was he pointing at the TV? It was him. But yeah, Fresh. So yes, they dropped Neptune. They were going to go for It's the Last Shot. The last shot is being poached by G1 if that works out. And then Native is going to get barcode. But since he's not in the US right now, they're going to play with Monster for this week's Open Series. Barcode will come over. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go.
Do Barcode's points still transfer, right? Even though it's separate regions?
That I don't know. That is a really good question. Because for those who don't know, Mexico and Australia, New Zealand, they are playing for an open bracket travel coverage.
Yes.
Like that is what their points are going for. The team with the most points in that region will win open bracket travel coverage for Arlington. Absolutely fresh, no problem. So that's a really good question, Will. Do they transfer? Are they prorated? Like that? It's a good question. Intensified, welcome to the live show, says, wouldn't make sense for them to transfer as they were earned in a different region, but that's just my take. And I can understand that. That's why I thought it was a good question from Will.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, is because someone can dominate in Australia. Just say Frosty just followed, goes to Australia and dominates and gets all the points. I mean, he wouldn't need to, but then comes back and then has a giant bump in placement.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. There has to be something.
Go ahead.
I was going to say there has to be something in place where that changes, degrades, whatever it may be.
Intensified, also thank you for the follow, by the way. Leezy says, Legend did not compete in this last week's, the first week of open tournaments, because his visa, like, he wasn't in the US at the time. So that's why SSG played with Monster. He actually competed alongside his former quadrant mates, and they played in one of the Griffball tournaments, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to see. But I don't think he technically has points from 2024 to transfer over if they would transfer, because he didn't compete last week in the open series. That was a mouthful. I apologize. Hopefully that answered your question. Remnant, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Narcand, I agree. But Narcand, the original plan, and I got confirmation from Wickwind that I could say this even though it's irrelevant now. The plan was to have Last Shot as a trial contract that was never like signed or anything like that, but like that was the plan. While it sounds like the other organization, it sounds like they are like willing to, like they want to just sign him. So hopefully that answers your question. I agree with you. Like I would want him to go under native. Like don't get me wrong, but like I said earlier, all I hope is that fucking kid has everything on paper. I hope to God he has I hope he has everything on paper. Yes, Fresh. Again, there's a reason why we don't talk about things until they're officially confirmed. There has not been an announcement at this time, but yes. Because that team has still yet to be signed by G1 as of recording this show. As of talking about it right now, that team has yet to be officially signed. Daddy, I like that idea.
Some regular news?
I think so, Will. I think you're spot on. That's it for the topic. It's time to get into some regular news. All right. Black History Month cosmetics by Halo. Halo Infinite is celebrating Black History Month with a brand new suite of customizations. Players logging in during the month of February will gain access to a special armor coating, visor, and more in Halo Infinite. And log into MCC anytime during the month of February to unlock the celebratory Black History Month in-game nameplate. And I will say, that coating goes fucking hard on the Yoroi core. So go check it out. And then also, I forgot to include it in the show notes, but the Lunar New Year, if I'm not mistaken, they have cosmetics in Halo Infinite right now, and they also have a nameplate that's available in MCC as well. So go check those out as long as you log in the month of February, but I believe it ends like towards the end. It doesn't go all the way through February. So make sure you're logging in, getting your free cosmetics. Go check it out. Halo Infinite playlist updates. This is by Halo Support. Hey, remember when we can't get a fucking calendar for ranked playlist rotationals. Well, we still didn't get a fucking calendar. But here, Big Team Battle rotational playlist, Big Team Socials replaced Big Team Heavies, and then a ranked rotational playlist, Ranked Doubles has replaced Ranked Snipers. And here's from Heinz. Ranked Doubles is live. The core arena maps are now updated to match the versions live in Ranked Arena. We've also shuffled up the order, and here is the upcoming schedule for Ranked rotational playlists, ladies and gentlemen. Ranked Doubles will be through March 5th. Ranked Slayer will be from March 5th through April 2nd. And Ranked Tactical, aka SWAT, will be April 2nd to April 30th. So there are your ranked rotational modes. Again, for those who don't remember, I will say it again. Ranked Slayer and Ranked Doubles will become permanent ranked playlists once the match composer has released. Okay? That date is to be determined, but Tashi has confirmed that once the match composer has been released in Infinite later this year, date TBD, Ranked Doubles and Ranked Slayer will be permanent ranked playlists alongside Ranked Arena and a fourth ranked playlist, which is the rotational. Okay? Good. Dynamics, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. In ranked modes, the power equipment pad on the map Argyle, the versatile trash pile, is currently spawning active camo rather than the intended quantum translocator. A future Halo Infinite update will resolve this issue. I don't understand how this keeps happening, but it keeps happening. And then the team has implemented a fix to reduce access to unintended areas on the ranked variant of streets. I don't know what those unintended areas were, but that's good. Oh, I wonder if it's because of Repulsor will.
Oh, probably.
Ooh. Ooh, they saw the clip. They saw that little clip and they're like, we got to shut that shit down immediately.
Yeah.
And then finally, the map Aqueduct has been removed from the Husky Raid playlist. So if you liked that map, go fuck yourself. Backend updates by Halo support. Just a few here for you. Oh yeah, Draconian. There was I forget exactly who it was. I feel like an asshole for forgetting right now. Was it Milkshake? I think it may have been Milkshake on Twitter, who put out like a little compilation of jumps that you can do with the repulsor on streets, and they're fucking insane. Like, they were fucking insane. The place, the height that you could get to, the spots that you could jump onto, fucking insane. I think it was Riz. I think that's who it was. I could be mistaken, but that name rings a bell. So that's what it makes me believe. Again, I can't confirm that. I'm just reading what was in the notes, but I think that's what that fixed, or I would assume so. But Halo backend updates. Customization. The Halo Infinite team has published a backend update to address various customization and shop issues reported since the launch of Content Update 29. Forge. They've enabled the mode prefabs base mode to populate on PC and consoles. And then there was another Forge issue. They're working on a fix for game shrinking and growing when scaling objects, and the terrain hex granite A object appearing incorrectly after CU29. So if you're interested in any of that, there you go. And that's it for the regular news. Got other games to watch? We don't have anything, which means it's time for Will's Adventures of the Veilovers. Some other games too. Holy shit, you did. Wow. Will, what'd you play last week?
I played Halo Infinite. I think I spelt it wrong, but
no, you didn't.
In the show, no, I didn't. Okay, we're good.
You're fucking golden,
played
dude.
Infinite. Just doing some ranked stuff. We joined up with PD for some games. It was a good time. I'm hating solo queuing, but I'm still trying to push through because I just want to play. Jumped into some Baldur's Gate 3. I did not get very far. I created a character. You go through the little intro thing, and basically you have to steal a ship, and I'm still in the ship, and I stopped playing because I just didn't have time. I'll save that next one on the list for the last. I've been playing a lot of Escape from Tarkov with Narwhal, doing some scav runs, doing some PMC runs. This is probably the best I've played in any of the updates. The new map Ground Zero is awesome. I wish I could play it more often. But once you get to level 20, they're like, no, this is an entry level. player map. Once you get level 20, you're off. You can't go back to the map. So, but I'm having fun. Played the finals, finished the battle pass, haven't touched it since. I forgot an S on pass. So I was typing too fast right as the show was starting. Finished the battles pass. And then I'm under technically an NDA, but I'm just going to say I got into a secret pre-alpha playtest for a highly anticipated game that went away a little while ago, but now is being brought back, and I'm super excited. It's definitely pre-alpha. I'm talking like there's some things are still like gray, like Solitude. They haven't been textured yet, but I'm playing and it's okay.
Okay.
It's there's some fun things to it. It's in such a rough shape that I'm like, I get the mechanics and the mechanics work decently well. But I think as time goes on and they update this, like it's super It's super pre-alpha. So it is not a shooter, I will say that. But yeah, super pre-alpha. It's fun. I want to see the game more fleshed out in the next as the playtests go on. But I'm excited to see where it goes. That's all I can say.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I think I said them all.
All right. I also,
what about you?
I should say, Will, I also played in a pre-alpha playtest of a video game that I also cannot talk about. That is a different video game than you.
Oh, wow.
And the one that I played is a shooter.
Okay.
But that's, again, I literally, again, like you said, cannot talk further about it than that, to not break NDA. But I will say I also had fun. I'm anxious to see I'm anxious to see if it gains traction when it releases, because it is a game that's going to kind of live and die by how many people play it.
Okay.
It is that it's heavily that. So I'll leave that there. The great Whoop-Dini. What a great name. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. I apologize for missing that earlier, but what a fucking phenomenal name that is. So also, Draconian, I believe you asked if we'd play Pal World. I have not yet. Have you played Pal World yet, Will?
Nah, not my thing.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't either. I'm curious about it. What I've heard is, I've heard a lot of people saying that for those who don't like survival games, this is a good entry point. Like this could be like a baby's first survival game. And as somebody who does not care for survival games, I am curious about it also from like the comparisons to Pokemon, obviously, because I like Pokemon. But I'm also I'm interested in Shrouded. I've seen that kind of take off a little bit. That's more of a fantasy. And I love fantasy, so that's more of a fantasy style survival type game. I'm curious about that. I kind of want to try it, but haven't tried that yet. But the fact that Pal World's on Game Pass too, that's kind of a win-win,
Isn't the trial on Game Pass like you only get a couple hours?
No, I believe it's early access. The game is in early access. So I believe the whole thing, I believe it is all available on Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought I read it was a trial. My bad. I'll have to check it out again.
Yeah, you may be right. I just think that it's the full early access version of the game that's on Game Pass. I could be wrong, but I think that's the way it is. But what I did actually play was Halo Infinite for the community playdate. Played some Firefight and played some Ranked as well. I'll just say this. When we talked earlier about like the Bandit Evo and like how Infinite is truly like a team-based game, I loved playing with you guys. Like genuinely had an amazing time playing with you guys. And Will, I know this is going to sound so fucking stupid, dude, considering how much we talk about this game, but like genuinely, I mean it when I say I loved like the setup that we had on fucking Streets Oddball, dude, where you and I holding down P side, like fucking Overkill and PD holding down B side, watching PD and B, like we could rotate around. It's moments like that when you have a setup and it works so well and you're just holding down angles and everything just works and everything clicks and your team works on point. That just feels phenomenal. And it does. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's like perfect case scenario, right? Dude. You break the setup, you get into your own, and you can hold it, right?
Dude.
Like it just feels so good. And it's not always the case. One person goes down on your team, that setup could be broken. But for the amount of time we were able to hold, it's the easiest the game's ever been. I sat in market dancing around the pillars, and you were supporting. And it was just like, what is going on? Like I normally have to work so much harder to stay alive in this game.
It was it felt so easy. And again, I thank you guys for that experience. The game feels so much better when you're playing with 2 or 3 of your friends. It just feels so good. And yes, you guys are talking about the Native Gaming tweet. Yes, I did see it. I commented on it. The Native Gaming Twitter account said, money talks, I guess. And then the money in question, and it's a picture of Monopoly Halo Edition. For those who don't know, that's a dig at G1 paying Monopoly money to fucking It's the Last Shot. And if I'm not mistaken, Michael, if that's you that posted that, holy shit, dude. If that was you that posted that, my dude, my God. Love it. It was you, Mike? I fucking knew it. Yes. Holy shit. Look at you, man. Social media extraordinaire for Native Gaming over there. Magic Mike. Shout out, Michael.
I'm scrolling the comments right now.
I bet they're just laying into it right now.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah, dude. I just want to really quickly circle back on the whole G1 situation. All we want, and we've said it since the moment like information started coming out, the one thing that we want more than anything is we want everybody that needs back pay to be paid up. That's minimum. That's bare minimum. Everybody that is still owed money needs to get paid. Plain and simple. And the fact that we know for a fact that not everyone has been paid yet, and they're still working on signing a fucking Halo roster that they'll in turn need to pay, boggles my fucking mind. I am all for players getting an opportunity. I am all for players going for their bag, getting their opportunity, playing for playing for a good organization. I'm all fucking for it. But when you're an organization that still owes people money, some a fucking shitload of, and you're still trying to field a roster, G1, you're not getting partnership, bro. Just gonna throw that out there. So you ain't getting skins in the game. I just want people to be paid. And like I'm not trying. I know that was some shade being thrown but in all seriousness, like I would fucking love if G1 announced tomorrow or announced tonight that we are paying everybody, checks are being sent out, everybody's being taken care of, everybody's being paid up 100%. This is what we are going to do to change. This is our plan for the future. Here is how everything's being outlined. Yes, we have signed this Halo team. Here we go. I would love if that's the case. But I feel like we're never getting that. And that fucking sucks. Warrior Hulk, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Crass, not the T. It's not T, but yes. We've discussed earlier. And that's why I said earlier in the fucking Rostermania segment that if Last Shot signs with them, he needs to, he's fucking young, dude. He needs to make sure that everything is on paper. Everything is written on paper before he signs. He needs to, please. I just want everybody to be paid. That's all I fucking want. That's all I want. Also, Spring Ping, welcome back. Crass, I apologize for not saying it, but welcome back. So yeah, that's all I'm at right now. The only other thing that I played though is I played the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo. For those who don't know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is releasing at the end of this month, and there's a demo that's out right now on PlayStation 5. And I played it, and I enjoyed it. This is not spoiling anything, but being able to play as Sephiroth was awesome. For those who don't know, like, obviously Sephiroth, the big baddie of Final Fantasy VII, and in this demo, you get to basically learn. It's the Nibelheim. It's a very small portion. It's the Nibelheim portion of it. And you get to learn why Sephiroth is the way that he is. So, like, I'm not going to tell you because maybe you don't know anything about Final Fantasy VII. Maybe you're just waiting for the game to release, but you get to learn why he becomes what he is, right? Why he becomes the big bad. But the fact you get to play as him in the demo a little bit in like combat, it's crazy how, like, knowing that Sephiroth is the big bad of the game, obviously he's an all-powerful being, right? And you typically play as Cloud or another member of the team. But, like, playing as Cloud, like, you have your Buster Sword, you're hacking, you're slashing, you're doing some moves, it's fun, whatever. Enemies take a little time to kill. But when you play as Sephiroth, holy shit. He just fucking obliterates everybody, and it's amazing. Talk about, like, it's when... It's that classic thing of like, fighting a boss at level 1 versus fighting the same boss when you're level 90 or whatever. Like, that's what it fucking feels like. Everything feels like a pushover, and it's really fun. It's just a fun time. So yeah, if you're any at all interested, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo is available right now. This is not an ad or anything. I just played it. I liked it. It's free. So game releases at the end of the month. Go check it out. Will, welcome back. Good to see you.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. And, let's see. Pharaoh says, or you could play the original. All Kappas aside, Pharaoh, I have wanted, and maybe I'll still try, but every time I try to play the original, I truly believe, and I know I'm going to get so much shit for this, I don't believe that game holds up. Like, from a traversal standpoint. The combat's turn-based. You can't fuck that up. Like, you can't fuck up turn-based combat. Like, it's existed forever. It feels great. It feels fine. And the storytelling, obviously, still good. Okay? Not going to fault that. But the fucking moment-to-moment traversal in that shit, when you have to... This isn't going to be the right term, but when you have to quote-unquote platform to, like, reach a specific thing, and the background is so blurred into the foreground, you don't know where you're going or where to go. Fuck! It's infuriating. So no, I don't think it holds up. So what I do is, you don't enjoy 86 random encounters after missing a jump, right? But like, no, in all seriousness, I want to give it another shot because I do know how beloved it is. But at the same time, like, I know that story recaps are just right out there, so I could watch that on YouTube, or I could watch a Let's Play, whatever it is. But yeah, sorry to go on that fucking rant earlier about org who shall not be named. But that's all I played. Little Harry Potter reference there for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, sure.
Will.
Yeah.
Let's get into some shoutouts. First
All
up.
right. I wanted to mention something here.
Please do, Will. Please shout something out.
You know, we always say welcome to the chatters at the beginning of the show. I want to shout out the lurkers.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Even if you're not part of the chat, because I've gone into streams and I'm like, I don't want to talk here. I just want to watch and enjoy. Just know you're appreciated too. Even though we shout out all the people who are here at the beginning of the show, we want to give you some recognition as well. And then also, if you're here now, I know it says like ending at the top screen. We will be raiding out at the end of the show, so please stay to help support a Halo community member.
Please do.
All right, that's all I got.
We'll probably raid Scoob if he's still streaming right now.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So yeah, it looks like Scoob's still streaming. So we'll raid Scoob at the end of this. But yeah, like Will said, shout out the fucking raiders. I'm gonna hit the shout out button again. And by raiders, I mean lurkers. I apologize. Both raiders and lurkers. Shout them out.
Hell yeah.
Rab, welcome. To the lurkers who are coming back from lurking, welcome. All right, happy belated birthday to Bound. Congratulations to Hines on 5 years with 343. Congratulations to none other than, let's get a drum roll in here.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations to All in Juan on becoming a video editor for LVT Halo. Fucking shout out for fucking Juan.
Let's go, Juan.
Let's go, Juan. And then shout out to everyone who joined in the weekly 8s, which included Riz, Halt, John, PD, Mouse TV, Carnage, Blackout, Snagoo, and Elated Dartboard. Shout out to everyone who joined in the community playdate. That included Ashley Blair, Danny Phantom, Fox Too Quick, Game Crazy John, Goalie Sniper, Halt, Hero Spartan, High Tech Redneck. Welcome back, Beth. The internet situation's been figured out. So happy to have you back in the playdates, Beth. Carnage, Rasta Monkey Jr., Riznak, and William Star Winder. Whew. Shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the live show. Holy shit. First up, we have Mini Horses, The Broken Hawk, Richie, Backdoor, Preppin' Swag, CB Taylor, Papito, Cardinal, Draconian, Relv, Zeno, Mrs. Day, Quick Fuse, Fauci, Womptastic, Wooligan, Selexi, Mushi, Sparty, Laird, Gesgar, Questifer, Benzel, Miscreation, Valkyrie, Frosty, Intensified, Remnant, Dynamics, the Great Whoop-Dini, and Warrior Hulk. Thank you all so very much for the follows. Holy fucking shit. And then we have PD with the 8-month resub, Barnaby Jones with the 14-month resub, Watsy with the 5 gifted subs, Sholnuff with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you all so very fucking much for the subs, the resubs, the gifted subs, all that shit. What the fuck just happened? God, the fucking noise. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I did. Yeah. Daddy with the extra biddies, the 2 biddies earlier and the 115 bits right here. Thank you so very much for the bits. And then we had Lacinity with the raid and Descendant with the raid. You guys are so fucking awesome. And again, I'm going to get to community creations, so stay tuned. We're going to talk about Lacinity in just a minute. So to everybody that subbed, resubbed, the raids, the follows, you all get a woo! Thank you so very much for the added support. And then finally, shout out to everyone who's a patron over at the semi-pro and higher tiers over on the Patreon. That includes brand new GOAT tier member Watsy, Dakota, Christian, D Pancakes, Ashley, Voodoo Man, Rasta Monkey Jr., Ricky Deer, Snagoo, Raider, Hater, Peanut Butt, One Swole Daddy, Danny Phantom, Riznak, Zarners, Abby Joy, Mr. Smiley, High Tech Redneck, Goalie Sniper, The Only Need Be Heavy Rainfall, and Elated Dartboard. Thank you very much for the extra support over on the Patreon. Community creations, Halo memes every day, red.com/r/Halo memes. Go check that out. And then we have Halo Hippocratica, which is an audiobook. This is by Halo. Go check that out. Native Gaming jersey reveal by Native Gaming. Go check out that jersey and buy it. We have the Women of Halo merch store is open right now by the Women of Halo. They have stickers. Go check out their merch store. It's in the Google Doc of the show. It's the show. Support the Women of Halo. They're amazing. Speaking of Women in Halo, let's talk about Lucinity, because Ladies Night with Lucinity episodes 1 and 2, episode 1 featuring Sarvana, Gun Goddess, and Meg McMuffin, great name, and then Ladies Night episode 2 featuring Generic and Veronica are available right now over on YouTube. They're in the Google Doc of the show. It's the show. Check those out. And episode 3, I imagine, will be releasing soon, so we'll make sure to include that next week. Griffball game mode and maps. This is by the Scripters Guild and Archer Bloodshot. We played one of them in one of the playdates recently. And they use these maps and modes in the tournaments that took place over the weekend. So make sure to go check those out. Links are included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. Exclamation point. Show notes in chat. We have custom game modes by Revolutionary. It's a Reddit post that includes custom game modes that Revolutionary made. You should go check those out. We have the Why Not LFG Discord by Why Not Be Reckless. He is converted most of his Discord server to an LFG Discord. That's the big thing going on right now, so make sure to go join his Discord server if you haven't already and get those LFGs going. We have Navi Halo, The Rise of Future Esports Star Mighties from the Listen In episode 1. Go check out that. And then finally, the Winter Contingency sticker set by Jafet. It's a community-made sticker set from Winter Contingency. Check them out. They look fucking sick. So sick. Will, that's all I got. So if you wouldn't mind plugging the show.
Yes, of course. Earlier, Josh shouted out our patrons. We do have a Patreon, patreon.com/HCS Pro Talk. We're doing a little extra content over there for you. Monthly Q&A, video show, audio show, depending on what tier you're at. And the GOAT tier gets some little extra stuff as well. So go check it all out. As always, you can find us on your favorite podcast services. If you just want to listen to the show, we're on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, and others as well, like Josh's favorite.
Pocket Cast, still not an ad.
Nah. You should really reach out to them at some point. We do have a Discord available, ! Discord and chat, or you can find the link in our link tree on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter and social media, we are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Shorts going up to YouTube and TikTok, made by the wonderful All-in-One in the chat. Old VODs, interview series, current episodes going up on YouTube as well if you want to check any of that out. Follow us on Twitter. Josh basically handles that and comments on everything going on.
As dad, ladies and gentlemen.
He did.
How old is that?
That might have worked like 4 years ago. All right.
No, that may have worked when Cam Newton was still in the NFL.
Perfect.
Isn't that what he did on the Panthers?
Did he? Did he? I don't know.
I thought Cam was like the one who, I thought Cam was the one who introduced the fucking
9 years ago.
The dad.
I'm fucking out of it. Maybe.
I'm 32 years old. I'll dab if I fucking want.
Go ahead.
Thanks,
you go
man.
ahead, sir.
Thank you.
We have a website, or should I say, we had a website, hcsprotalk.com, but now it sends you to evolvedhalo.com.
Your home for Halo,
where we have partnered with the fine folks over at Podcast Evolved. You should go check out all their great content. We have our own spot on their website now. And they have wonderful shows such as Podcast Evolved, Mission Debrief, Halo TV Plus, Book Club, Build with Blocks, Halo Headlines, and Halo Gear Guide. Speaking of which, with the new season of Master Cheeks coming out.
Damn it.
They will be adding on to the Halo TV Plus episodes, so make sure to stay tuned.
Where we may or may not be guests on episodes. So stay tuned. If it lines up with scheduling, then maybe we will be on episodes of Halo TV Plus.
Wool Daddy is asking if we can get Josh's joggers back in the merch store.
Are they not there? Do we not have just standard ones?
The world stuff was our first attempt at joggers.
Then I will, I'll look into it, Daddy. Thanks for the heads up. As what characters? What do you mean, Spring King? We're just going to be guests on their show. Just talking
Not
about
on the
TV
Paramount
series.
Plus show. On the
Podcast Evolve show. We're going to talk about the TV show. Speaking of which, episodes 1 and 2, we record the show on Wednesday right now. Episodes 1 and 2 of season 2 of the Halo show released tomorrow on Thursday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Yeah, sorry, Spring King. Sorry for that. Josh is a grunt and Will is a brute. Okay. His lines are wort, wort, wort. That's an elite, Daddy, not a brute. Daddy, do you even lore?
Ugh.
Do you even lore, dude? The fuck, man? Holy shit. All right. Oh, what's up, Martin? Welcome back. Good to see you. Also, Tools, I apologize. I saw you come in earlier as well. You said you were late. You're never late. Also, welcome back. It's good to see you.
Oh, I got one more thing to show off before we close out the show, Josh.
All right, you go get it. I'm going to comment on what Daddy said. You two on the Paramount Plus show would be hysterical. It would be nightmarish. Oh, shit, yeah. Will, show it off, dude.
We got the jersey in, all right? I'm going to...
Oh, that...
I don't know.
Camera's blurring.
Camera's freaking out.
I think
it's a tease. You're fucking...
It's a fucking tease, dude.
Thanks, NVIDIA Broadcast.
Hold it up to you.
Hold it in front of me.
Yeah.
There we go.
And don't hold it too far up to the camera. Yeah, look at that. That's nope. You fucked it. You fucked it, Will.
Oh, how far up can I get without it blurring?
The NVIDIA broadcast effect is like creeping up as you bring it up into the scene. That's fucking hilarious.
Anyway, the jersey's in. Order forms are up in the Discord. For the Pro Talk jersey. God. Again, I just wanted to reiterate, pricing is not yet available because we're doing a bulk order.
Yep.
So the more people that order jerseys, the cheaper it will get for people. I kind of have a ballpark of where I think it could be, but it really depends on how it goes.
So, Will, you said the order form is up right now?
It is in the Discord under jersey ordering in the HCS Pro Talk channel, like the what are they called? Like a folder.
The category,
yes. It's not through our actual merch store.
So please make sure if you do want to get one of those jerseys, you do fill out that form. Okay. Will, how long are you going to leave it open for?
To the end of February. I'm giving people all of February.
There you go.
I might do like a last call. The last week in February, just put something out there and then that'll be it.
Suck.
Does it wick away sweaties? It is. How do I describe it? I would hope so. I haven't worn. I've just put it on once. It feels very light. It has like this type of. I don't know. I should have done more research. Holy shit. Let me get back to you guys next week. Put it on now. I'm not going to change in front of everyone.
That's why you should have had it on under your hoodie.
Oh, under my hoodie.
Yeah, you could have done a reveal.
I kind of forgot. All right.
Oh, the people want it. The people want it, Will. They want to see your sexy bod in it.
Next week. How about next week?
Oh, man. Spring King said, I'll sub 5 months if you change now on camera. Jesus Christ. We're not taking fucking...
Damn.
Yeah. We're not taking bribes right now. For HCS 2024, we need some new merch, by the way, like an HCS Ivy League looking cardigan so I can sip on my whiskey and ponder Rostermania like a Chad. I'll say this right now. If anybody has... Because we have to work within the confines of what Fourth Wall offers in terms of products. So for 2024, if you have ideas for what types of products you would like to see from us, then please let us know. Not here in the chat. Let us know in Discord. You can either DM us on Discord or just put it in the server. So yeah, just let us know what you'd be interested in, because that's the thing, is that I want to put products on that people actually want to get and not just have it full of other things. So Riz says hashtag release the footy PJs. That's not us. That's Space Station. Remember, Riz? I don't think Fourth Wall has footy pajamas. But if there was ever a company to fucking make them, Tyler, if you're still here, I don't know if you're still here, but Space Station, release the fucking footy pajamas. That would sell like fucking hotcakes. Straight up. It would sell like fucking hotcakes. Why not HCS footy pajamas? Sure, but they're Dragon Slayer. Come on, man. You really expect them to do that? No. I wouldn't expect them to do that. And Daddy asks, please do one last rebrand on the blanket hoodie. Yeah, you want one that's a little less busy, right? I will say, I literally wore the new one yesterday. I slipped it on, felt nice and comfy, cozy, played that Rebirth demo. Felt great. No, but imagine, I know, man. Dragon, I feel you to the core of my soul. There's always that, man, what if they release that? Right? It sucks when you want to throw money at something and you can't throw money at it because they don't make it. It's like the worst. It's the worst first world problem to have. Oh, man. All right. Will, I think I've rambled on enough. I apologize. I think it's time that we go raid Mr. Scoobmeister up, send him some love, especially after things that have been happening in the Rostermania world. I think he deserves it.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for episode 325 of HCS Pro Talk. If you're tuning in live, whether it be, like Will said, whether it be live here chatting with us or taking the time to lurk, whatever it is, thank you so very much for joining us tonight. It's kind of a crazy show all over the place, but we got there. We got to the end. We made it. To the individual, I apologize if I'm forgetting, but to the individual who asked for provided the feedback of having our names under our cams, that will be worked on for next week's show. So thank you again for that feedback. Greatly appreciated. And we will make sure to implement that. Please know that that has not been forgotten. It's everybody taking the time to listen to the audio show on your favorite podcast service, or checking out the YouTube bot. If we're on YouTube, thank you so much for doing so as well. But if you are on YouTube, I don't do the whole like, comment, subscribe thing, but if you do leave a comment, we do read them. We do reply to them. And if you want to keep the conversation going and you're not in our Discord server, feel free to leave a comment on the YouTube video. Would love to hear your thoughts on things as well. And like Will said, join the Discord server. It's absolutely free. We don't do a ton of the LFG stuff or the 8s or stuff like that, but Will does host 8s as much as he can every week. We do have a community playdate every Friday. We try to, at least, and we just keep discussions going there. Very respectful, easygoing community that we have, and I love you guys. And yeah, that's all I've got. We're going to go rate up Mr. Scoobmeister because he is amazing, and I want him to get as many opportunities as possible as well. So again, thank you all so very much for joining us tonight. That's going to do it for us. We'll be back next week to talk about whatever the fuck happens, probably more Rostermania shit. But until then, Wait. Let me get this ready. Okay, I'm ready. Will, are you ready?
Am I ready? I don't know.
I have the buttons ready. I didn't have the buttons ready last week. I have the buttons ready now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 325 of HCS Pro Talk. We'll be back next week to talk about whatever the fuck happens. But until then, bye-bye!